I kind of need to sneeze. Whoa, did I just get a kiss out of nowhere? Where this kiss is coming from? Who's kissing me? I wasn't even ready. Hi, I was gonna, oh, hello, hi. I was gonna do the introduction, and then right when I was about to, excuse me. Okay, microphone's over here. I'm not ready for this. I'm definitely not ready for this. Hi, it's me, Scott, and I need to sneeze, and it's been kind of a bumpy week, and, but that's okay. We're just gonna do this. Hi. It's been a minute. I haven't done this in a while. I did use mouthwash because somehow that seemed important that I have fresh breath for the stream. Also, my video looks different. Why does my video look so bright? Something's changed. Also, my PC is like periodically just freezing for 10 seconds now. Maybe a cool middle of the night Windows update. I thought these were the normal video settings I used every time, all the time. This is the right exposure, right? Oh, yeah, this is too dark. Hello. Hello, life is yours. Bad breath. Yeah, I don't want to like break my microphone. Can you hear me okay? Am I doing everything correctly? Are we all good? It's nice to see you too, or like kind of see you. I feel like my gain. I was messing with camera stuff for another project and maybe I messed something up. I don't know. We'll just go with 64 because it's a power of 2 and we like that. Hi. Okay, so life is yours. We want to try to do a thing. So you're doing a thing where you're going to take an image in Unity and you want to make cubes for every one of those pixels and you want to manipulate them and you want to have it be performant. Cool. So one of the first things I would say is I'm still learning how it works, but the SRP batcher, when you use lightweight render pipeline, or in 2019.3, the universal render pipeline, is kind of magical. And it is very good at saying like finding reusable pieces of state, I guess you could say, to batch things that would normally not be very batchable. So I think that's good to do. And it's just the future anyway. And then, yeah, so basically, for anyone who isn't Life is Yours, he wants to take an image, he wants to make cubes that are the color of that image, and then each pixel of that image, a cube per pixel, and then just have a big interactive cube thing. Problem is if you just try to go about it where you are gonna iterate through, place a bunch of cubes, and just change the material color of those, it will make a material instance for every one of those cubes, which is bad. That will be bad in terms of draw calls. So there's a way to do it, certainly with a custom shader, where you like sneak some data into the mesh in one of the other UV channels, and that would totally work. It'd be a slightly annoying and a slightly annoying shader, but I think there's a way you could do it where you just modify the UVs of all these cubes to look at one pixel, and you would do everything with the same material, same shader, all one draw call. Well, one batch, I get. One set pass call, let's say, and then however the batching works, which is another issue. I guess if you have GPU instancing on the shader, it will instance all those cubes. Excuse me. Now there's something in my eyeball. So anyway, I don't know if I explained any of that well. I'm a little rusty. I haven't been streaming for a while. Let's go over here. So I have it. That's not what this video is supposed to look like. Weird. Why is this video so big all of a sudden? Why did this happen? I really don't like the way editing. No, not that one. Oh, there's no undo for stuff. Man, messing with overlays and such in OBS is not very cool. Because I just want to say, like, man, I wanted to edit the transform. I wish I could say this number relative to a corner. I mean, if I do bottom right, oof. Yeah, that aligns the bottom right to, yeah, okay, so how big is this? We're gonna figure this out, it's gonna be great. Is this 1920? Are you just watching me fly around the screen? And then let's make this, that's still too big. 4 by 540, 270. How about that? And then we will, can I do this? Minus 32? No. 1888. 1080 minus 32 is 1848. Okay. Are we good? Is everything good here? Excuse me. I know. No, here we are. We're doing great. This is it. Okay, so what do we actually want to do here? So let's just start with a new scene. And let's make a friend called Hubert. How about just Cuber? Cuberizer. And let's make a Cuberizer script. So let's just start in a silly way. What's a little annoying about this, actually, now that I think about it, these won't be, This won't just be like GPU instances. Okay, let me think for 1 second about this. Because when you're messing with the UVs, you're messing with the mesh. So actually, either of the scenarios in which we, either by just changing the UVs or storing UV data, storing arbitrary data like in a separate UV channel, that means this cube is not the same cube anymore, and we lose that efficiency of GPU instancing. That's probably okay, but once you have tens of thousands of these, each cube is 12 triangles. So however many of these you have, it's an order of magnitude more triangles, which is not great, which is really probably fine on a desktop machine. But the ideal way to do this would probably actually be, I guess you could stick it in some kind of compute buffer so that the cubes really are all just one cube and the shader is really just one shader. Okay, let's try it my way first. This way, because maybe it will be not too terrible. So what do we actually want to start with? Do we want to start with a mesh, or do we want to start with a... Let's just start with a mesh, because we're probably going to either mesh with that mesh or make a new one. I also don't want to do any of this at runtime, actually. So I kind of want to do a... Oh, let's do that. A Cuberizer editor. Wait, what? And I forget this always. I have to look this up every time. Custom editor script. One day I will learn this. I know it's using Unity Engine Editor. Like this. So I'm going to make this an offline tool, but they can also run online, I think, just so I don't have to keep like entering and exiting play mode. Steal this code from somewhere. This is a editor for the Cuberizer. And I don't actually care about, I don't like to do this. Okay, and then we need the thing that is, whatever, custom button and a draw default. Another thing I forget every single time. So we want to draw the default inspector first, and then we want to do the custom button thing that I forget every time, every single time. Just like on whatever, inspector GUI button something. this, if this, you. Okay, and then in here we'll call the thing whatever. I forgot how you know the, how do you know about the target object? Is it called target? What is the thing? How do you know the thing? It's like, how do you refer to the object that the button... Just can't remember how for a custom editor you refer to the class you're editing. That's not the way I normally do it. Is it a serialized object find property? I feel like that's not what I normally do. And this is an annoying thing because it's a thing I've done 1,000 times and I just forget every single time and have to look at it every time. And there's a particular Unity document that shows exactly what I want. I just forget even what that document is. I should tattoo the URL on my arm or something. Okay, I want a custom inspector. I just want to talk about the class that I'm doing the inspector for. And it seems really weird that that would not be this, you. Okay. That's all it is. It's just target. Target is what it's called. So I did remember that, but okay. So you're a cuberizer. You're a cuberizer. Cuberizer. Making me think of the Britney Spears song Womanizer. Okay, yeah, and then we'll do like cuberizer build or whatever. So for now, let's just like hard code some things. Uh-huh. Right. Actually, let's just start with a cube prefab. And then let's just start by instantiate this guy, and then we'll put it in the right place. Okay. So this will be weird. And let's set the parent to this, actually. Wow, I can become famous. I can buy followers, primes, and viewers by following bot. I didn't mean, I shouldn't have said the name. I just advertised for this robot. You're just transform. That's terrific. I can't wait. How much do they cost, robot? Some nice robots in the chat. Maybe Life is Yours is a robot. Who could say? Okay. I did not write that very elegantly. I do need an editor folder. Cuberizer. Cuberizer editor. Ugh. Okay, and then we need a cube prefab. So now if we do this, we should end up with 1,000,000 cubes. Okay, we did. We get a cube for each one of these. Terrific. And if I just play this now, I didn't probably have to actually play it. I have 16,000 batches. Interestingly, this says saved by batching negative 16,000. So I think the SRP batcher is actually doing me some favors here. Let's see if that's all actually on. So I am probably using, I don't know what it defaults to. Using the high quality one. So the high quality does have SRP batching on. Yeah, it's a little weird. I just kind of feel like this batcher doesn't exactly show things the way it's supposed to. But that's 16,000. Saved by batching is 1,600, unless that's not displaying correctly. Anyway, that's not what we really want to do. So let's just now do... Oops. Cube instance to transform the local position, and we won't be too fancy about this at the moment. Equals new vector 3 x y 0. This is going to build up. This is going to be not correct, but let's just do it. I should make a thing that deletes all these babies, which is another thing that I always forget how to do in a simple way. Get out of here, babies. Oh, did my computer freeze? Did the stream freeze when that happened? So seemingly I'm still freezing. I feel like the computer is running. The audio didn't skip at all. It's somehow just the Windows interface freezes, which is real cool. Yeah, okay. We need to like clean up. So actually, you need to go backwards. So I is equal to child can -1 and transform get child I dot. Do I need to destroy immediate this? I don't know if I did that right. Okay, we made all the friends. What's your problem? Oh, did I do the thing I always do? Probably did. The thing I always do, which is move a file and then continue to edit it in the wrong place. Why won't you go into the folder I want you to? Okay. There's a bunch of cubes in there. Hopefully when I click this, it will delete them. Okay. That maybe worked. So now I got a big old wall of pixels, 64 by 64. Very nice. That's a whole bunch of colliders. That's a whole bunch of stuff that I probably don't really need. But let's ignore that for the moment, because what we want to accomplish. So yeah, so it never froze. That's funny. Yeah, just Windows freezes. What I want to do is, looking at any one of these cubes, if we look at the material on it, which is right now this lit universal window pipeline shader, we could mess with the tiling and offset here. But a material is nothing but a set of parameters for a shader. So you have a shader, and that shader has some inputs, essentially. And a material is just a preset of those, kind of. I think that's a fair way to put it. Anyway, as soon as you start doing different things in different materials, like making each one of these squares a different color, you lose a lot of efficiency, because suddenly Unity is like, oh, I got to draw this cube. Let me set up all this state for it. And then it's like, oh, this is a different thing. This other cube that's a different color, I got to kind of start from scratch, which is super not efficient. So like, well, I guess we could take a look at it and see what that looks like initially, but maybe the SRP batcher would help us some there, but there still would have to be some inefficiency if it's every one of these cubes has a different material. So what we want to accomplish is that every one of these cubes actually just has the same material. And let's make that material cube. For now, just an unlit color friend. And in fact, Life is Yours gave me the texture, or one of the test textures, so I'll try that. And let's just throw that on there, and then we'll have just a beautiful. No, we don't want unlit color. We want universal render pipeline unlit with a base color set to you, but white. And now if I rebuild this, it hopefully is just a beautiful wall of blue. Put a hole there, or did that actually work? Oh, I didn't put the I didn't change my material. If I change this prefab, will all my friends update? No, because they're clones of the prefab, not the prefab. Okay, so now we have this thing. So this is like, this is great. It's going to be so performant. If we look at this cube material, actually, let's see if this makes any difference. I don't know that it will. But you can see now our batches are 221, and then we have saved by batching -208, which who knows why that is. But that's certainly a drastic improvement from where we were previously. We got a nice 500 frames per second. If I do GPU instancing, doesn't seem to change anything. I don't know. There's some things that the SRP batcher does. I don't know, man. Maybe this is a dynamic batching thing. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know the interplay between dynamic batching, the SRP batcher, and GPU instancing. I don't fully understand the what all is going on there. But I do know that 131 batches is fine. Set Pascal's 5, fine. We got a great frame rate. Everything's fine. It's all fine. So, however, if as we iterated through these, we changed all their base colors, let me show you what that looks like. Let's just do it to a random color. While we do this, if we did a cube instance get component mesh renderer dot material dot set color base color utility dot, isn't there a way to do that? Unity random color. But there was like a random HSV thing. Some like, yeah, okay, Unity engine. Okay, it's random dot color HSV. And you can be, let's just do that because we don't actually care. Okay, so if we do this, it may actually be mad about this. This is gonna probably this is gonna like cause memory leaks. But let's ignore the memory leaks for a second and see that every one of these is an instance of this shader now. And so if we can actually, let's do this runtime. Let's just call build at start. So this will just do the thing at startup. You're not supposed to mess with material instances not at runtime. Wait, why did that work? Wait, why did that work? Is it really that smart? Oh. Life is yours. You may not have to do anything. Oh, okay. I'm remembering another thing. Another thing is coming back to me. is material property blocks would actually be another way to do this. But I'm actually super confused right now. Why is this true? Why do we only have 5 set pass calls? Is this shader? Does this... How's this possible? Yeah, but look at my batches, and my set pass calls are super low. That doesn't seem correct. If I'm there, so there is a thing called a material property block where you can kind of set per object things with one material and one shader, which I totally forgot about, which is maybe actually the right way to do this. But this doesn't make sense to me. This, I feel like this should actually be, you know, hundreds of... Okay, let's try this again. Or that should be 16,000 or whatever. Maybe I'm totally confused here. Unless the lightweight... Man, is it really that smart? Okay, first of all, maybe the SRP batcher is really that smart that it's recognizing that nothing with the color is changing. I've frozen Unity. Is my computer frozen again? Oh, no, okay, we're good. Okay, let's run this. When you run this, what are your batches? I'm not talking about triangle count. I'm talking about batches and set pass calls. Guess we can turn off that SRP batcher. Man, if this just magically does this, there'll be like no point to this stream because it will just magically work. It's not the SRP batcher. There's more set pass calls this way. Oh, unless I just like lucked out in some goofy way and these colors happen to be... That doesn't seem possible. If I like set the hue to... Oh, what's the way to do this? I always forget this too. When you do it, what are your batches and set pass calls, not your not the triangle count. Okay, I always forget this. What's the formula for... I need to go from 2-dimensional to 1-dimensional. Okay, that's all it is. It's just this. Right? And then let's just set the hue. Is this the miracle magic of the... Where do you view that? Up here in stats. Just turn on stats while running. Why didn't that work? Oh, is this a... Yeah, this is... Discord. Yeah, you have 2,888 batches. How many cubes were you doing in that one? But your set pass calls are low. Okay, am I totally off base on this? It could be that I was completely wrong about that. What? Did I not save this? Why didn't this work? Serial set color. Oh, it needs to be that divided by, sure. Out of whatever the total is. Really though? Really? Okay, yeah, so it'll be like int value equals index divided by float of float width divided by float height times, actually. So I don't need all these. And set all these equal to value, maybe? It's gonna be kind of funny if my whole premise of the stream was 3,600 cubes. Oh, that's with your 60 by 60. I see. Were they all on screen when you did that screenshot? I don't understand where you got 2,888. Okay, now I have a cool gradient. Why are my batches so low? I'm very confused. Okay, let's try this with not. Well, that's weird. I don't understand why your batches would not be the number of cubes you have. Excuse me. Okay, I'm really pretty confused here. Let me do, it could be that there are optimizations in that shader. Let's just try a like new unlit shader. Make our own shader. Because I'm a little bit baffled by how that is working. Now I somehow have even fewer. Is it really that smart? I don't remember how to do this. Shader lab properties. I need to find a color. Okay, yeah, it is just this, and then this, and your whatever. And then we need a color. And then let's just return base color at the end. Okay, we have our cool gradient. Why is this only 67? Okay, wait, did I turn off SRP? Did you try switching to Universal Render Pipeline yet? I do not understand this. Why is this so good? I would have thought with an instance of all of these. Yeah, but without SRP batching, like how does it know? I don't understand how it's how is it so smart? Is the Universal Render Pipeline that magic? Oops. Why is this working? Okay, let's try this at what you want to do 800 by 800. That's a lot, but let's just try it. Okay, well, if this works, then we may have a way easier way to do this. Well, gosh, if it works, if this just works, maybe you just need to switch to Universal Render Pipeline. This is not what I expected. Okay, that's gonna be a lot of cubes, and let's just see how we do. 160,000 cubes. Cool. Okay, got a nice 6 frames per second. However, my batches and set pass calls still look really good in a way that I just don't understand. Oh, but yes, we are certainly struggling with this many cubes. I mean, 800 by 800 seems pretty ambitious anyway for full cubes. Do you really need this many? Yeah, Unity's not loving this. Is the stream okay? I mean, normally you might want to do that something with just like almost essentially GPU accelerated particles, like quads. Why did I no longer see this when I went back 100? Okay, well, great. I'm still kind of confused. Not just kind of, I'm still just actually very confused. Well, that was 4,000 batches. That still seems way too low. I don't understand. Oh, I see. So like you zoom in and then in that region you do whatever you need to do? Well, okay, I'm confused. I just am straight up confused because I really thought we were going to see that when we had all those instances, we would have to have essentially a, I don't really call them draw calls anymore because they get batched in front of you, but like a draw per cube. I thought that was, we were going to discover that was the case, and that seemingly is not the case. And I don't know if it's some new universal render pipeline magic, but normally I would expect when you make a cube instance, it's like, you're like, yeah, no, I'm no longer dealing with my original cube. Okay, let's try a handful of things here. Maybe my whole stream premise was wrong. I was wrong all along. Try low quality instead. Takes a long time to build. I just am not understanding these batches. Are those like reporting something not true? I'm sure there's no lighting of any kind. Oh yeah, that's a thing. I don't want lighting at all. I don't want to light in a scene. That's probably not helping. And these don't need a collider. Oh shoot, and I have a call like in 1 minute that I forgot about. Look at this. 100. This was what did I do? 512 by 512, 173 frames per second. Reasonable performance. Did you have no lights in your scene and use an unlit material? will probably help you drastically and make sure, or just even make sure shadow casting is off. It may be actually lighting that was hurting you so much. So this is kind of astounding, but seemingly we're okay with all these cubes. Because somehow it's being batched properly. I don't know, man. Oops. Wrong shortcuts. Oh wait, as I draw more, his performance gonna get worse and worse and worse. Man. Okay, it's getting worse and worse and worse. Okay, that's making more sense. That's definitely making more sense. That. Oh yeah, sure, of course. I'm only seeing a tiny little fraction of this right now. Okay, I need to... You can be see the colors without lighting. Just use an unlit material. Just don't use a lit material. Okay, this is okay. Now we're making more sense. This makes total sense now. I was only drawing the tiny little corner of it. So this number of batches makes sense. That's too many triangles, too many everything. Frame rate is 1 frame per second. So this all makes sense. I'll throw up the editor script, but we need to reevaluate. Okay, so my assumption was correct. I was just being silly because I was only drawing like a small subset of the whole thing. So let me show the editor script for a moment, and then unfortunately I have to jump off for a call, and then I will continue. Stop. I'll pick up the stream after the call. Okay, that makes me feel better. I thought I was losing my mind, but no, I was just drawing, of course, a tiny portion of the whole thing. Editor script is this. It's simple. It's just a thing to call the same thing that I'm calling on start. Okay, so we do need that. The world is not totally insane. This is performing as badly as I thought it would perform. So that's good. But also, additionally, you'd almost certainly want no lights and shadows for such a complicated scene. That kind of goes without saying. Okay, so sorry, I have to end this and do a call, and then I'll be back soon. Okay, bye.